sinners who has hurt all mankind. Just save his own belief. One love. What about a one heart? What about let's get together and feel alright? As it was in the beginning. One love. So shall it be in the end. One heart. Alright. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. One more thing. Let's get together to fight this holy Armageddon. One love. So when the man comes, there will be no doom. One soul. Have pity on those whose chances grow thin. There ain't no hiding place from the Father of creation. Say it. One love. What about the one? What about the let's get together and feel alright? I'm pleading to mankind. One heart. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright.
This is Visionary, your musical emissary. Larging up, Bless Up Radio Show with Lady Canuck on www.cobraliveradio.com. You can't miss that, man. Visionary says so, for real.
Yes, and it's great to be back again, and we're live from Costa Rica. It's the Bless Up Radio Show with you every Thursday and Fridays, 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and 6 to 8 in the UK. Oh, I got some big surprises today. I got some stuff, I did the show, I did the show, had it already a couple weeks ago, but due to technical difficulties, I was unable to broadcast it, so I've got a lot of material where we left off with the gallbladder. Remember, we talked about the liver a couple weeks ago, and the next day we were supposed to continue with the gallbladder system, and because it's directly connected, so I want to get back to that today, and I've also got some surprises for you today. Tomorrow we've got a featured guest and interview with Christopher Becker Rosbeck. He's also got a radio station on Blog Talk Radio every Wednesday. And he's got some great songs and tunes, that I'm going to share with you. And I'm also going to introduce you to an artist that I was so fortunate and blessed to meet when I was in the United States via telephone. CJ Joe, man. He's out of Japan, for crying out loud. Yes, he's in Japan, and he's great. In fact, I'm going to play one of his songs. I'm going to play his song right now because he's so good. And then tomorrow I'll play probably another song by CJ Joe. And then in the coming weeks, we're going to have him on the show with an interview and play a bunch of his songs. He sent me his whole album yesterday. But anyway, it's amazing. I mean, Rastafari, in Japan as well, everybody. So thank you so much to all my listeners, for tuning in today to the Bliss Up Radio, so to get 2 hours of blissness over to you. I've got some news I'm going to tell you a little bit about. But let me finish my posting. I'm going to play this song by CJ Joe first, and then I'll be back, after I can get my show promoted. I was waiting to make sure I was going to be on, so hang in there. I'll be right back. Big blessed at CJ Joe. You are the one. Thank you, baby.
This one dedicated to you, girl.
Yeah.
俺の sweet lady You are the one どこにも行かないでいつまでもどこまでも俺のそばにいた確かめ合おうもっと知りたいんだ知りたい透き通る心俺に何でも任せてよ baby これからずっと限りないこのストーリー Oh Wendy 輝く宝石よりお前が眩しい誰にも負けない Love will never die 変わりない前しかいない導き続けたい You are the one お前だけさやっと巡り会えた俺の sweet lady You are the one どこにも行かないでいつまでもどこまでも俺の俺の sweet lady You are the one どこにも行かないでいつまでもどこまでも俺のそばにいた You are the one お前だけさやっと巡り会えた俺の sweet lady You are the one どこにも行かないでいつまでもどこまでも俺のそばにいた You are the one
So, you know, that's CJ Joe, man. You are the one. What a beautiful voice, man. I love his style. I love his sound, man. And so we're going to have him back. He's listening. Big up, CJ. Many blessings to you and one love. You know, we were talking yesterday trying to figure out, let's see now, what time is the show over there? Because he's like the next day. I mean, and we said, you know, too bad that we all are one, but boy, we sure are far in each other's futures and past sometimes around the world when it comes to time and space, eh? But as one spirit and one with Jah, we are one no matter what time it is, wherever. I think it's 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. in Japan where he is. So thank you, CJ, for tuning in, and tell all your fans, too. Also, you know, remember, if you ever miss a show, we've got our new YouTube channel on Bless Up Radio YouTube channel where you can listen to any shows that you may have missed. And, you know, like last week we had a really special show live from Tampa with 2 live interviews, and the one on Friday didn't work out. Technical difficulties here on the site, but anyway, so that one's not there. But every other one I recorded and we put it up there. So get over there if you miss anything and you're interested. We also try to remember to put the links to all the information that we give you on health and yoga and meditation and all the ways to feel blessed and good, feel good, right? Over on our Facebook, the Bless Up Radio page, okay? So go over there and like our page, and if you miss anything, just inbox us if you don't see it there, and we'll send you the link to anything that we talk about, because that, my dear producer, big up Susan Evans, my dear sister and golden goddess, provides all this great information every week. So it's there for you. We do it for you because we want to have a healthier, happier, and more unified world full of love and harmony, right? And good feelings and good vibes, yeah. So I want to start, today we're going to talk about, I'm going to go right over to another friends, because I'm kind of featuring some of our artists, the artists that are our friends that we try to promote, and I'm going to mix it up with a little bit of lovers rock too. The same thing for tomorrow, but we're going to be focusing some on a few more on Ross Beck's music tomorrow. But here, this is the Talawa Reggae Band right here in Costa Rica. This is called Babylon Down. Big up, Gara. I know you're out there.
Children are fighting against the war. My heart and my soul are revolutionary, saying no more war. The philosophy of love, life for the new generation. Message from your equal rights for all the creation. Listen with attention. Babylon down, down, with hypocrisy and the liars. Babylon down, down, with the fashion and the vanity. Babylon down, down, with the system and the oppression. Babylon down, down, cause me little but me Talawa. Different faces of Babylon walking my ghetto. They want to destroy the harmony in my life with ya I and I. But me no have no fear, cause the end of the system is near. Message from ya equal rights for all the creation. Listen with attention. Babylon down, down, with hypocrisy and the liars. Babylon down, down, with the fashion and their vanity. Babylon down, down, with the system and the oppression. Babylon down, down, cause me little but me Talawa. Babylon down, down, with hypocrisy and the liars. Babylon down, down, with the fashion and their vanity. Babylon down, down, with the system and the oppression. Babylon down, down, cause me little but me Talawa. Babylon down, down, with hypocrisy and the liars. Babylon down, down, with the fashion and their vanity. Babylon down, down, with the system and the oppression. Babylon down, down, cause me little but me Talawa.
Talawa, Talawa. Babylon Down. Yes, they're our friends. In fact, they were just here in Chronics as well last Saturday. Sold out, you guys. Sold out in Costa Rica. I saw like a 15-minute clip that Ray Cicciarelli sent me, our hosts up in Tampa. Thank you guys for being our hosts and all the great food. Yeah, 15 seconds. It was packed, man, and it was sold out. So big up, to Chronics. Is really happy for him. In fact, I think I have one of his songs that I'm going to play here that we've got right here at Cobra Live Radio, and that we've got, it's a brand new one that we've got. But before that, I want to talk to you and see if, does anyone understand what the purpose of the gallbladder is, okay? Because it sits just below the right lobe of the liver. You know, the liver is a huge organ in our body. In fact, it's the largest organ next to the skin. I don't know how big the skin is, but it's the largest organ in our body, and we talked about how important it is and what it does, you know. Well, the gallbladder is really small, and it sits just below that, okay? And the reason for it helps us to process food. Now, some people don't believe that. I've got this article here that's very interesting about the purpose of the gallbladder and the appendix, okay? Because how many of you have lost your appendix or your gallbladder? I'm sure there's a fairly good percentage of people out there that have had their appendix removed or their gallbladder. How about tonsils is another one when I was younger. Take out those tonsils because they don't have any use. That's the way people used to think of these things, and now we're finding out that they do have a use, okay? The appendix is actually critical in the storage of beneficial bacteria that supports digestion and immune system health. So if you've had your appendix removed, you need to eat more fermented and cultured foods, okay? Like we gave the recipe for sauerkraut last week. That's a fermented food. It's excellent for your gut, you know, to keep those bacteria. You want to keep everything digesting, okay? And that's what it's for. Or cultured foods like yogurt, stuff like that, all right? And that maintains the proper balance of good flora to support every aspect of your health. Anyway, research has shown that removal of this important organ can actually lead to health issues, including diarrhea from constant bile that drips into the small intestine, which can lead to colon and bowel cancer eventually. So, you know, you don't want to lose anything. Okay, losing an organ like the gallbladder causes the body to be less efficient at digesting fats, okay? And the result is almost always malnourishment, since contained in fats are some of the most nutrient-dense elements present in foods. So, you know, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to tell you from my own experience, because that's what this lady's writing in this article here anyway, about her own experience. And I know that I used to have terrible pain, you know, right below the right-hand side, just below the rib cage and kind of a little bit underneath. And, you know, if I finally, after many years, and doctors didn't help me a bit, you know, they give you all kinds of tests and antispasmodics and stuff to suck on and chew and eat and take and whatever, you know, and nothing does anything. When I went to the United States, I've gotten rid of that almost completely by cleansing the liver, and I drink warm lemon water every morning. And I do a biannual deworming, which is also like a cleanse thing. And I also did a couple of treatments to the gallbladder, you know, because that seems to be where the problem lay. I have no problem anymore now that I use all good fats. We all have to have fats, but we have to eat good ones, like cold-pressed and organic and pure coconut oil, virgin olive oil you can use, all of these things, but fats from cows or, you know, animals that are on pasture rather than a high carbohydrate diet, those kinds of things. And let me tell you what happened, because when I went back to the United States last week, I ate somewhere before I got to my destination, and there was so much grease, you know, on the rice that I had eaten. And it wasn't but 10 minutes later of eating that, you know, what do they call it, vegetable oil, or, you know, cornflower oil, whatever, the regular kinds of oils that they use that are not good for you, right? Within like 10 minutes, I had that pain again. And it was so bad. And I was very careful for the rest of my trip not to eat anything that had, you know, a lot of oil like that. And I never had any more problem. And I never have any problem at home. So all of this really comes back to what you're eating, especially in the way of fats when it comes to your gallbladder. It's also the depository for things that the liver can't take care of. You know, if it's overburdened by too much foods, rich foods, greasy foods and stuff, it can't do its job properly, and a lot of what it can't take care of gets dumped down into the gallbladder, and after a long period of time, this turns to stones, and that's why people have to have the gallbladder removed. Now, I know a treatment to get rid of those stones, like overnight, and I've done it before, and if you are interested or have the problem, or notice that you have a serious problem and pain, and the doctors have told you that they may have to do that, you can inbox me on the Bless Up Radio, and I'll give you that treatment privately, okay? And because you need to be with somebody else, because it's worth it if it's going to save the organ. And if thereafter you follow a good diet and only eat the right kinds of oils and fats, right? It's disease is what happens by fats, and it's from years of eating, the wrong kinds of foods, right? And they become deposited in the gallbladder, and that's what leads to stones. So these are some of the tips that this lady gives if you experience chronic gallbladder problems, or disease, she calls it. Make an appointment to see a qualified healthcare practitioner who knows how to treat gallstones holistically, like I'm talking about, right? In a way that they're not going to remove the dang organ, okay? Eat a healthy diet with real food, and I'll say whole foods is what I'll add to that, because that's what I swear by, and healthy fats. That means the good kinds of fats. Be sure to include raw, whole dairy, natural, grass-fed meats, and poultry if you eat meat that do not contain hormones, antibiotics, or chemicals, eggs from hens on pasture, organ meats, healthy fats and oils like butter, ghee, tallow, lard, olive oil, coconut oil, and fish. And also remember to include some of flax oil or meal in your diet, okay, because that's going to help you too, believe me. Eat plenty of organic vegetables, fruits, raw foods, and fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, and sauerkraut, like we just talked about. And lots of fruits, because those alkalize the body too. It's not so acidic, right? Make sure to get enough minerals daily from natural, real, whole foods, and drink purified mineral water, daily minerals. Okay, so, and I also use spirulina, which is like a high, blue-green, is a green algae. It's super high in protein and all kinds of other nutrients. So a dose of that every day and some super green food is, helps to get you everything you need. Maintain some regular activity that you enjoy that gets you out of a sitting position. We got to keep everything moving, everybody. You're going to lose it. If you're sitting, you're just stagnating. So you got to find something that you really enjoy doing that gets you up from sitting and doing something on your feet and moving around. Keep everything flowing, right? A lot of gallbladder cleanses, quote unquote, and flushes are useful in eliminating gallbladder issues. Remember that low-fat and non-fat foods and dietary habits will eventually cause failure of the gallbladder, other digestive organs, and overall health. If you already have had your gallbladder removed, you must take special care to eat a healthy diet with plenty of real foods, including real fats like meat, poultry, fish, butter, olive oil, coconut oil, palm oil, which I, don't really like palm oil because of what they do to the forest, but whatever, tallow and lard. And if you're having gallbladder issues and other problems, I highly recommend the GAPS diet, and that is from Dr. Natasha Campbell McBride. It can also have side effects if you have your gallbladder removed, and they're different for each person. So, be aware of that if you've had your gallbladder removed. Probiotics are also essential to maintain proper good bacteria levels in your digestive tract and immune system. So there you go. That's what the gallbladder. We want to keep our gallbladder, and we want to keep it running good because it's the depository, for all the stuff, and it's a good thing. We got to keep it clean. We got to keep everything clean. So do that. Also use the lemon water every morning. That is an excellent quick fix and quick flush or quick cleanse every single morning first thing. Remember to do that before you eat anything or drink anything as soon as you get up, and then wait at least 10 minutes before you come out of your nightly fast, when you haven't eaten when you wake up in the morning. Okay, we call it desayuno in Spanish, which means coming out of fast. So there. Okay, I'm going to play another friend, which I didn't get to play the last time I did this show featuring all of our friends. And this is Ken Bob. I got two of his up on the deck today. See if I can get to both of them. It's Lily of My Valley.
Jah lily of my valley, Jah lily of my valley, perfect love, my bright shining star. Jah lead I into righteousness, perfect love. So I dwell on the mountain, mountain, mountain. In the hill. Yeah, 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 yeah. Jah lead I through the valley. And I feel no evil. Jah always comfort I every day. Satan no follow Jah Rasta children. Satan no follow Jah Rasta children. Satan no follow Jah Rasta children. Satan no follow. Jah no. Jah no. Oh yes, Jah no. Come make we chant now your big and sing another hopeful song. Give praises to King Alpha. Give thanks and praises. I can make with the honor. See this world that we're living in. Nothing wrong with it, I just the system. But I just keep on resisting every day. Satan no follow Jah Rasta children. Satan no follow Jah Rasta children. Satan no follow Jah Rasta children. Satan no follow. Now when we do them, Satan no follow. Daddy, 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 boy, boy. Satan no follow. Come make we chant I big and sing another hopeful song. Give praises to King Alpha. Give thanks and praises. I can make with the honor. El Jah, see this world that we're living in. No wrong with it, I just the people. But I just keep on resisting every day. Satan no follow Jah Rasta children. Satan no follow Jah Rasta children. Satan no follow Jah Rasta.
Ah, boy. I say me 10 stepper ahead of them, 10 stepper. Tell them now, Selassie I federal, Rasta we a fight war spiritual. Hey, welcome Chronic the general. Watch out. Step in on the war, make a entry. Winnings me innings, Chronics make a century. Steam chalice, we have the better sense. Better that than we have Beretta plenty. Babylon, them a pre-man in the city. Get we find out them a demon in the city. When it all boil down to the deep and integrity. See it clear, them mix up in a iniquity. Stepping at the wild back the field with the pagan and sprinkle. I'll me feet, then I want to see Sila spend Kyle and me seat. But Sila see I'm a me guide and me shield. Hey, them a pre-man in the city. Get we find out them a demon in the city. When it all boil down to the deep and integrity. See it clear, them mix up in a iniquity. Over evil, right for me heart. Babylon free, when he get the and start, man a warrior boy. Tell them man a warrior boy. Full suit of armor, sword in a hand, ready for go chant down dirty Babylon, man a warrior boy. Tell them man a warrior boy. Chronics real warrior, Sealer real warrior. Real warrior boy, Jehovah evil warrior. Babylon your might win the fight, but a Christ win the war. Can't trick me with vanity, no frightened figure. All the money in the world and the prettiest girl. Tell your old Jezebel, me no frightened fear. This on the roots and Baba war. If I don't take come a war with you, no bother war. Hey, real Spartan in a Jaja war, in a khaki suit like me go a Calabar. Me tell them from day one, just up in a me helmet of salvation. You know here when the hypocrite a plan be wrong. Zinc fence, Teflon a step on Satan. Babylon them a pre-man in the city. Get to find out them a demon in the city. When it all go down to the deep and nitty-gritty. Them mix up in a over evil, right from the heart. Babylon afraid when they get the and start. Man a warrior boy. Tell them man a warrior boy. Full suit of armor, sword in a hand, ready to go down dirty Babylon. Man a warrior boy. Tell them man a warrior boy. Chronics real warrior, Singular real warrior, real warrior. Real warrior, Jehovah evil, real warrior. Jehovah evil, right for me heart. Babylon afraid when they get the and start. Man a warrior boy. Tell them man a warrior boy. Full suit of armor, sword in a hand, ready for go chant down dirty Babylon. Man a warrior boy. Tell them man a warrior boy. Chronics real warrior, ten view, real warrior.
Yeah, well, if music are your thing and you feel for rock and swing, just tune into Queen Hot Amen on the Cover Live radio show. Yeah, man, with the Bless Up radio show. Yeah, man, with the music flow. Yeah, man, I chant us, so just keep it locked. Rastafari I live. Aye.
Yeah, how do you like that, huh? Well, there was the Warrior by Chronix, that new one by Chronix. And also, how do you like our new jingles, man? That one's by Ross Chanter. Big up the Ross Chanter. You know, I tagged him, and Visionary is the one I started out the show with. Anybody, though, any of you artists out there, I know who you are because I'm featuring you, you know, in the coming weeks and have featured you like Primitive, you know. If you would be so kind to make a jingle for our show, for the Bless Up radio show, it's Kenut Amen at the controls here and my producer Susan Evans, we would be absolutely and totally grateful to you for the rest of our lives and beyond. Okay, so big up everybody and thank you to Ross Chanter and Visionary for those very nice jingles there. It makes me feel very proud, you know, to hear my song being sang by those wonderful, amazing artists. Yes. Now, here's some news that just came out. Well, it's been a couple weeks now because this was for a couple weeks ago, but they found a unique study on Roundup shows massive kidney and liver gene function alterations. Check this out. Another reason why we do not want Roundup being used anywhere, whether it be on our food or around our environment, okay? It's a groundbreaking, peer-reviewed study and was published in the Environmental Health Journal and shows the levels of glyphosate-based herbicides, which Roundup is one of, that the general public are commonly exposed to in drinking water, altered the gene function of over 4,000 genes in the livers and kidneys of rats. The study results suggest that long-term exposure to an ultra-low environmental dose of Roundup at an equivalent concentration of only 50 parts per trillion of glyphosate, right, in an established laboratory toxicity model system can result in liver and kidney damage with potential significant health implications for humans as well as domesticated animals and wildlife populations. Wow. Okay. So, that's like, I don't know about you up there, but down here, the people use it like crazy on the sides of the road. If they don't use a herbicide to kill the weeds, right, or the side growth on the sides of the roads, then it has to be chopped either with weed whackers or weed eaters, they call them, or by hand with machetes, which is how we always did it before, right? And with a machete, you employ more people. There are no emissions, because chainsaws and motor, lawnmowers and weed eaters emit more carbon per ton or per gallon of gas, or however you want to say it, right, than a car even. So, so it would be best if we can do it by hand. But anyway, down here they spray it because money talks, right? And it's cheaper to spray it than to hire a bunch of guys, right? But they spray it without masks, without aprons, barehanded, and it goes, and they put so much on, and then the rain comes in the afternoon, washes it down, and washes it down into the drains or the little creeks, and the creeks go to the rivers, and the rivers go to the ocean. So, there you go, everybody. Let's see, because that's one of the things this show's about, connectivity. Let's see if we can see the chain that follows each of our actions. And if it's not a positive chain and ends up in a positive way, best not do it in the first place. Best to find the other way that doesn't have a negative chain of events or end in a negative, objective or, whatever the... Yeah, okay, so I'm there. But also, something else that was very interesting and that got the attention of my friends up in the United States, really blew their minds, is the benefits of corn silk. I think I've talked on the show before about it, but it came up because my friends Debbie and Ray gave us some corn on the cob, and it was still in the husks. And she says, just stick this in the microwave just like it is, and it'll cook up really good. And I added, well, if you take the corn silk out of there and save that, put it in a pot and put hot water with it and make a tea with it, it's very, very excellent for the kidneys and the whole bladder system. So I got it here, and it's a very small little thing, but what it is, save the silk. It's a miracle, right? And I do it too, especially if I have any kind of even an idea that maybe I'm having like a pain here in the kidneys or whatever. I'll drink the corn silk tea. It's really good, and I add a little bit of honey to it. Anyway, save it, because the corn silk tea targets the bladder, the gallbladder, here we go, and the liver, and as such, 3 to 4 cups a day are supposed to help with the following. That it's a natural remedy for urinary tract and bladder infections. It provides protection from harmful effects for over-the-counter medicines. So all the prescription medicines that you're taking, that have all the side effects, helps with that. Helps you flush out toxins from the body and reduce water retention. It aids in losing weight. For any of you that are, worried about your weight, it'll help you lose weight. And that, I'm pretty sure, has to do with retention of fluids in the body. That's what all this has to do with, isn't it? It's like nothing, the stuff's not flowing in us, people. We got to get stuff flowing. So these are all ideas to how to keep everything moving, okay? Relieves arthritis pain. It helps with jaundice, when people are yellow from like hepatitis or some other liver disease. It lowers the blood pressure. It keeps the gallbladder healthy. And it can also aid in bedwetting for people who have that problem. I mean, there are adults that still have that problem. So it's good to know, and we're not embarrassed to talk about anything on here. Big up, everybody. Okay, and now I've got to move over to some of my favorite Love is Rock here. I'm going to play a couple of Busy Signal, Night Shift. Yes.
Girl, come my way, no matter what time of day. Baby. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. give you some sweet love on the night shift. Later on the night shift. Oh, baby, come hold me tight. I'll treat you right, yeah. On the night shift, baby. Yeah. So when no man want loving in the night, yeah. Strictly no man do ban at the bedroom light, yeah. She crawl up in me arms like a spider. Body fitting at the fitty where she inside her. Then me introduce her to me bunny energizer. Loving in abundance she get cause me no miser. She starts sing a phrase like the phantom synthesizer. I go the man in me arms, me squeeze her tighter. I wanna give you some sweet love on the night shift. Later on the night shift. Oh baby, come hold me tight. Sun gone in, star come out. Moonlight a shine right through the house. Light the candles, me girl, move the couch. Tonight me want hear when you say ooh and ouch. Lock off your phone, no make nobody call you. Busy signal, me nah go biggie smile you. Baby, we making love, let it flow, because me nah go stop. I wanna give you some sweet love on the night shift. Later on the night shift. Oh baby, come hold me tight. I'll treat you right, yeah. On the night shift, baby. I wanna give you some sweet love on the night shift. Later on the night shift. Oh baby, come hold me tight. I'll treat you right, yeah. On the night shift, baby. Yeah. So when no man want loving in the night, yeah. Strictly no man do ban at the bedroom light, yeah. She crawl up in me arms like a spider. Body fitting at the fitty where she inside her. Then me introduce her to me bunny energizer. Loving in abundance she get cause me no miser. She starts sing a phrase like the phantom synthesizer. I go the man in me arms, me squeeze her tighter. I wanna give you some sweet love on the night shift. Later on the night shift. Oh baby, come hold me tight. I'll treat you right, yeah. On the night shift, baby. I wanna give you some sweet love on the night shift. Later on the night shift. Oh baby, come hold me tight. I'll treat you right, yeah. On the night. Now hear this. Massive, are you ready? Take it. Queen Majesty, may I speak to thee? So much I've longed to speak to you alone. Truly I agree, I'm not of your society. I'm not a kid, just a minstrel. But my song to you I sing, though just a minstrel. In life we're so far apart. Royal Queen, I see love
to be in your corner. Your corner is where I wanna be. Ooh, hey, Your Majesty. Whoa, please care for me.
Yes, Royal Queen, all you Royal Queens out there, Your Majesties, I love you, big love. The woman, yes, and the Royal Kings, one up and big up to all my Royal Kings. And because I'm sitting here having to take care of my meditation necessities at this moment, and I want to play and get another one under your belt to introduce you to CJ Joe, my Japanese Rasta. He's listening still. Big up CJ, one love, and we thank you so much for sharing with us. I'm going to play his other song called Freedom, so you give me a chance to roll my spliff. Yes.
One life to live, one life to give. どんな時でも I'm only positive. Sing, sing, sing. Freedom, freedom. いつか中になってやろうぜ。Freedom, freedom. 自分を信じて everyday.在は両手を広げ Freedom Freedom 今日も夢に向かって One day One day And I pray 身を任せて縛られずにこのコンクリートジャングルにはポッテムな気持ち一つの命が押された魂 Set the captives free そろそろ行き出そうぜ全て受け止めて心のベッケルをさ脱ぎ捨て Just by side最高の場所へその日が来るまで頑張れ Freedom Freedom いつか中になってやるぜ Freedom Freedom 自分を信じて everyday Freedom Freedom さあ今両手を広げ Freedom Freedom 今日も夢に向かって One day One day And I pray 身を任せて神聖人は縛られるために生まれんじゃない自由のために生まれてきたんだぜ愛呼んだ明日は来ない日はないもう涙を見捨てないから運も嵐ない Freedom till I die だから逃げないめげない負けないくじけない必ずいつか Yes I am Everything's alright 最高だぜやっとたどり着いたぜ願う場所へ Freedom Freedom いつか中になってやるぜ Freedom Freedom 自分を信じて Freedom
Thank you, CJ. Big honor, big up, much respect.
The UK's #1 hit music station.
This is Lady Gaga.
What's up? This is Mark Ronson.
Cobra Live Radio.
All the hits. All the hits.
Blazing all over the world. Want to advertise your business, product or services? Make your website more visible online to over 15,000 viewers. Email us today at cobraliveradio@gmail.com. That's cobraliveradio@gmail.com. It's arrived.
Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you feel like a room without a roof. These girls ain't loyal, no they ain't.
The anthems of the year. Essential R&B 2015.
Are you a DJ? Love music? Want to play on a professional online radio station with over 10,000 listeners? Previous experience not essential, and broadcast software can be provided. If you have a personality and microphone skills, email us today. cobraliveradio@gmail.com. That's cobraliveradio@gmail.com. Or call 07903 925 010.
Looking to pick up some great tickets for a must-see gig or show in the London area? Then get to stubhub.co.uk, where you'll find the seats you want, even at the last minute, and even if it's sold out. From the hottest concerts at the O2 to the smallest gigs, you'll find the seats you want on StubHub. Plus, with the StubHub app, you can find great seats anytime, anywhere. So head to stubhub.co.uk, see what's happening near you, and find the seats you want today. StubHub, the way ticket buying should be.
In the U.S. and around the world, ASUS is a brand famous for awesome laptops, tablets, smartphone, and motherboards. Yeah!
In the UK and around the civilized world, however, ASUS is a brand respected for innovative laptops, tablets, smartphones, and PC components.
ASUS products that look epic and sound rockin'.
ASUS, originally named after Pegasus, the winged horse from Greek mythology, but now sounds like Zeus, the god of sky and thunder.
That's it, ASUS, or whatever you call us. Just search out our incredible range at asus.co.uk.
Never I'm representing. If you want your music reach worldwide and forget your place all over, you not feel look no further. You not feel look no further. DLB Music Marketing will promote your music, into a worldwide audience of DJs, radio station producers, mixtapes. Also BBM, email blast, and websites. Can contact DLB Music Marketing via SoundCloud/Facebook at DLB Music Marketing. Email address dlbmusicmarketing@gmail.com. Twitter at dlb_music_promo. Also check out them website www.dlbmusicmarketing.com. Watch your needs. You're from representing DLB Music Marketing. Yeah, I take it to them worldwide. Take it to them worldwide.
Up to 300 people are killed every year in accidents where the driver has fallen asleep at the wheel. Before you feel too tired, pull off the road into a services or other safe area. Drink strong coffee and take a quick nap while the caffeine kicks in.
If you're having a nap, you've left your lights on, sir.
All right, cheers.
Think. Don't drive tired.
Even if you are driving on drugs, you've got no reason to be pulled over, do you? It's not like the drugs are affecting you. Anyway, you know these roads, and the police can't tell you've done drugs, can they? It's not like your eyes are red or you're acting a bit strange. You'll be fine. Except from March 2nd, new laws have made it easier to catch and convict you, leading to a criminal record, a minimum 12-month driving ban, and a fine of up to £5,000. Think. Don't take drugs and drive.
What's up, people? This is Miss Dynamite,
I never shout boo, you know you head. Lyrical shot get popped by spread. We have a little something that everybody did when the gunman around and cuff as I said. You're listening to Cobra Live Radio. Keep it locked.
The UK's #1 hit music station.
This is Lady Gaga.
What's up? This is Mark Ronson.
Cobra Live Radio.
All the hits. All the hits.
Blazing all over the world.
And that's us, the Bless Up Radio Show, coming to you live from Costa Rica every Thursday and Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern, and 6 to 8 p.m. in the UK, and 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. in Japan. How's that for you, okay? Because we figured it out today. I might as well tell y'all, all right? So there you can hear us in all those different places. And I'm having some kind of, I don't know, problem here with Facebook. I don't know if any of you are, but I'm out of it, and a lot of my material is on Facebook. So I won't be able to give that to you. Let me see what else I have here, Okay, I know. Let's see if I've got a recipe. Healthy recipes. Yes, here's some healthy recipes that are not on Facebook. Let me pull those up because those are some of our favorite things anyway. The recipes. I always love to give y'all some good thing that's good for you that you can make at home. So let me get that up here and give you a big up on that. Okay, this is for gallbladder health. And these are foods and recipes that are good for the gallbladder, specifically what we're talking about today. Let's see what the other one has here. These are a couple of other, these don't have to do with the gallbladder. So if we have time, and I still can't get onto the Facebook stuff, I'll come back to these other two recipes. But right away it shows beets. Beets are very good for the gallbladder. So they're often hard to diagnose the symptoms of gallbladder disease or problems, because it's an organ that never says anything or complains until, of course, you've got problems that are like really and hurting you, like we talked about a little bit ago. It's a vital organ that stores the concentrated bile from the liver to be able to help digest the good fats, to process bad fats and toxins, to maintain healthy bowel movements, and buffer the digestive acids from the stomach. Over time, if the liver becomes congested as a result of toxins, stress, you guys, or poor diet and elimination, the bile in the gallbladder can become thick, viscous, and congested, which means, like we were talking about, it isn't flowing, okay? This affects its ability to work at its optimum and ultimately influences your ability to digest and detoxify while supporting healthy weight, mood, and overall health and vitality. I remember when I started my spiritual practice and was going through all the different spheres of the tree of life and how each one corresponds to a different organ system in your body. And I also learned it in the Ayurvedic system too, about, what the organs. It's funny. It's how the organs also are tied to certain emotions. And like the liver, have you heard of gall, right? Well, that's when you swallow. When you get galled, means somebody really bugs you, but you don't say anything. They galled you. Well, that has to do with your gallbladder. And your liver is like the center of frustration. If you're feeling frustrated and, so of course these would have to do with blockages. And so you've got to free up physical blockages and emotional blockages for all the different parts of your body. So you want your body, just like we want the world, to operate in harmony. And where we can change the world and may have peace in the world and have love and harmony and, collaboration is we start with our own little world right here. That's within us, inside our body, all of our cells, everything. We're the God of that, and we run that. So we run that to its optimum, and we project that into the world. And when the critical mass is doing that, we're going to have what we're talking about. Peace, harmony, unity, and love in the world. Okay? So here are some. Here's how one way you can figure out. These are some of the symptoms. If you answer yes to one or more of these questions that I'm going to say just now, your liver or your gallbladder may need some help. So, do you ever get nauseous after a meal? Do you ever feel heavy after a high-fat meal? Do you ever get occasional heartburn after a meal? Do you have trouble digesting wheat, dairy, soy, corn, or nuts? Do you ever have, slow and bowel movements and, not normal, okay, because I don't even want to go into all that stuff. And do you have a history of any gallbladder problems? If you answer yes, then you should be, keeping an eye out. And here are some recipes, though, for gallbladder health. Here's a beet tonic recipe. It's 1 fresh beet. You peel it and grate it. Juice of 1/2 lemon. And 2 tablespoons of flax oil, or I suppose you could put in 4 flax meal. Okay? You combine it all up and take 1 beet's worth of this salad daily for 2 to 3 weeks. 2 to 4 weeks, I'm sorry. So take the beet and put all that, and put the flax on it and the lemon, and grate it all up and eat that every day as a salad. Ooh, I love beets anyway. Okay, here's flaxseed tea. You take 1 tablespoon of whole flax seeds and put them into 2.5 cups of water. Bring it to a boil and let it simmer for an hour. Use a strainer to separate the seeds from the liquid, and then drink 1 cup each day on an empty stomach. So, you could do that when you first get up, I guess, like you do the lemon, or later when you have an empty stomach. A green smoothie. You take 1 bunch of parsley, 3 medium zucchini, 1/2 pound of green beans, 5 celery stalks, okay? You steam all of those ingredients for 8 to 10 minutes and then mix in a blender. And you can add a little bit of warm water, okay? Drink 1 to 3 per day as a meal or with meals, as needed for gallbladder pain and or to optimize your gallbladder's functioning, all right? There are options also to this one for more flavor. You can try adding steamed apple and fresh lemon juice, or you can try adding garlic and ginger with low sodium vegetable broth. Avocados, make it nice and creamy and like that, okay? So, clean up on beet juice. Okay, so herbal support for gallbladder health is to read up and study on a beet cleanse. The beets, B-E-T, to decongest the ducts, the bile ducts. You can also study on liver repair to increase the liver's production of bile and support healthy elimination. And you can also study on turmeric plus to support liver and intestinal health. Turmeric is amazing. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. Food list for gallbladder health. Foods to avoid are eggs, onions, pork, milk, grapefruit, fowl, hydrogenated oil, the bad oils, oranges, beans, saturated fats, corn, coffee, and alcohol. Foods that you need to increase are garlic, ginger, prunes, artichoke, coconut, apples, avocado, grapes, radishes, apricots, berries, lemon, cassava melons, figs, pear, currants, guava, beets, and leafy greens. Okay? Ooh, man, and I'm a fruit freak, so I don't seem to have any problem anymore with my gallbladder. Maybe that's why I eat every morning. I was sitting here just before the show eating my traditional fruit plate that I eat every day. So glad to be back home where I can get good fruit, man. Every day I eat it. Oh, it's so good, and some fresh bread. Well, let me get some music up here on deck. I'm too busy talking and still haven't done my meditation, so oh man, I got so much great music. Okay, I'm putting up Elaine because, I just love her. She's so in love. Yes, another little more lovers rock, and then we'll go back to some of our friends. Bless up, everybody, and thanks for tuning in for a blessing today.
When you do it like you do it, baby, I can't get enough. No, 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 no. kisses, be a fantasy. Hey, hey, baby, I will be a soldier. My loving will protect you. And even when we get older, I'll never let go, no, no, no. So in love with you. All I wanna do is love you right, right through and through. My whole life long. Whoa, come closer, baby. I need you near me, and over time, just let me love you. My whole life long. Oh, just when I think I love you so much, you do something else to make me love you more. Hey, and when I think you've given your best, you give me your love better than before. All I wanna do is love you right, right through and through. My whole life long, baby. Come closer, baby. I need you near me. Just let me love you. Just let me love you and keep you and treat you right. My whole life long, baby. Baby, baby.
And I want to big up a friend of mine on Facebook. In fact, I'm going to let him know right now that I'm, big upping his project. And any of you know, Glenn DaCosta, right? He's a great sax player, and he's been around for a long, long time, okay? He sent me this link today, and I'm not able to, help him in a monetary way, so I figure what's better way than to big up it on the radio show. He's another runner friend. I got another music here we have to play of J.J. Appleby, another one of our artist friends, big friend, and great respect to him. Glenn sent me this. He's getting together the Reggae Pioneers, okay? It's his group called Zap Pow, and they're going to record a new album this year. They need, they got 3 backers. They have 37 days to go, okay? It's on Kickstarter. I'll put the link up on the Bless Up Radio page on our Facebook page, so you can go check that out and go see what it's all about, But you want to back the project, okay? They give, they give things on Kickstarter, so, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to help fund the recording of a new album with Zap Pow, true reggae pioneers, and be part of the history, okay? So, check it out, go there, because it talks all about their history, and Glenn is really, it's very exciting, and all that he's done during the length of his career, which has been years and years, right? There's a little video here for you to watch, too, so go check it out, and, man, let's help them get there, man. They need $10,000, and they've got $90 so far. That's not so bad. They've only gotten 3 people, and they just started this morning. So, let's help them out, everybody. Go to the page at Kickstarter. I'm going to put that link up there right now. But also, in the meantime, I'm going to play J.J. Appleby's song, Sweet Love. Man, he's been our song and a guest on my radio shows for ever since I first started out. So big up to you, brother. Many blessings. Thank you.
If you give me your love, sweet darling, I cherish the moments. If you give me your love, sweet love, I cherish the moments. Yes, you're on my mind. I know you got to be mine, all mine. I could love you all night. things I could do for you, you could never imagine. Baby, can't you see? I want you, girl. I want you. Oh, sweet love. Oh, sweet love. If you give me your love, sweet darling, I cherish the moment. If you give me your love, I cherish the moment. We can move closer in the meantime. Love is right, it's coming on strong. I can feel the vibes coming on. Sweet love, oh, sweet love.
This is Visionary, your musical emissary. Larging up, Bless Up Radio Show with Lady Canuck on www.cobraliveradio.com. You can't miss that, man. Visionary says so, for real.
Yes, Visionary. Yes. Thank you so much for the jingles, you guys. You and Ross Chanter. Wow, it's such a blessing. Thank you so much. On the Blessed Up Radio Show, coming to you live, as always, on Thursdays and Fridays, 1 to 3, when we don't have technical difficulties, that is, from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 to 8 in the UK, and 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. in Japan. Yeah, I just love saying I'm sorry. Oh, and big up to my sister and beautiful golden goddess, Susan Evans. Why, it's, let me think now, it's from noon until 2 o'clock on Central Time where she is. And, well, eventually I'm going to be at the same time as you. It won't be long, you guys, when you turn your clocks back. I'm moving forward 1 hour, so there. I'll be only 1 hour behind my baby on the East Coast. And I'll be the same time as you, Susan, my great and most amazing producer. Okay, see what I've got here, now that I have Facebook back. A couple of things that I hadn't lost. I think this is it. Ah, yes, this is the one I'm looking for. About artichokes. Yes, about artichokes. And this is a raw recipe. Artichokes are beneficial, for the cleansing the liver and the gallbladder, all right? And they reduce cholesterol. Man, what great news, because I love artichokes. Oh, man, I love them. I did get to eat some when I was in the United States, but down here there are none. I'm sorry, and it's like one of my favorite vegetables or whatever they are. They're loaded with antioxidants. Wow. Flavonoids, which have shown in some studies to beat cancer-causing cells, and tons of good for your gut fiber. Wow. Okay, well, it all sounds too amazing to even be true, really. This is a raw recipe, and it's inspired by a cooked recipe that is in a book called The Lebanese Kitchen. You chop the ingredients, put them in a salad bowl, dust it with herbs and spices, and drizzle it with dressing and toss. So the ingredients are artichoke hearts. You know, when I do this, you guys, it makes my mouth water when I'm hungry, especially. Okay. Artichoke hearts, cherry tomatoes, mint, parsley, toasted pine nuts. Wow, that sounds great. Salt, pepper, sumac, lemon, and olive oil. Okay, so replacing tomatoes with olives may be a better food combination if you're following classic food combining rules. You know, there are those rules if you want to look those up, and we're going to talk about them someday. But anyway, you got to be careful sometimes about the foods that you mix. But the bright and tangy tomatoes in this recipe that we just gave, the little cherry tomatoes, and earthy warm nuts seem to love each other in this recipe. Ooh. Well, I put that up on our Facebook page if you want to get a look at it. It'll make your mouth water too. Ooh, I would like to eat that. Yes. Okay. Okay, and then we have another. These are for like medicinal plants that help the liver and the gallbladder. And chlorophyll is very good for improving liver function and more. Okay. Chlorophyll is a naturally occurring molecule. It's like the blood in vegetables. Like our blood is red, well, in vegetables and plants it's green, and it's chlorophyll, and we call ours blood. That's the difference, right? But it is a blood cleanser. And it's what gives the plants their green color, and it's good as a blood cleanser. So the point is, the more greens that you eat, the more chlorophyll you're getting. And if you really want to up it, right, you can eat, like I do, a concentrated green superfood, every day. Take a couple 2,000 milligrams of spirulina or some other microalgae, that you can purchase as like a supplement. And you can really up it because it cleanses the blood, all right? It builds the blood. It oxygenates the blood. Oxygen booster. It gives you more oxygen in your body, which we all need since the air is not so good and most people aren't breathing properly. Immune system boost. Energy and well-being. A colon cleansing. Stimulates the bowel movements. They already said that. Improves liver function. This is where we're talking about here. Alkalizes the body, which is what we want to prevent cancer, because cancer thrives on acidic conditions. Now, you guys are learning a lot of stuff, I know. Over the weeks, you'll be answering these questions. You'll be shouting it out to me. Yeah. Anti-inflammatory chlorophyll is. Fights infection. Free radicals. Intestinal flora. Anemia. It's good for skin disorders because it's keeping everything flowing, guys. Kidney stones gets rid of. And the best sources for chlorophyll are green leafy vegetables like romaine lettuce, broccoli, wheatgrass juice, which is the super green food stuff that I take, spinach, spirulina, and chlorella. Chlorella is another supplement that's quite a bit more expensive than spirulina, but if you really want to get a real boost of chlorella, I took it for a while and it was really good. But, after a while, things change, just like everything in life changes, and some things you get rid of and add others to, your regime of diet and wellness, okay? All right, well, let me see what I've got up here on deck. I know I put, oh, yes, of course, I've got another Lover's Rock. This is Barris, who I'm so fond of. No goodbye.
I can't, no, I can't. Every time I think of saying goodbye, everything inside me says it's a lie. So I can't, no I can't, no I can't. Yes, you've been with me right through the rough, and you never said I had enough. So I can't, no I can't, no I can't. Hey honey, I'd like to repay you for damages done. I know I won't be able to repair it all, 'cause I lost count. And with all the time you've been hurting, you're still so fine. and it's blowing my mind. I know I should back and walk away and leave you nothing to remind, but I can't. Oh, I can't. No, I can't. No, honey, no. Say to you, you know, I can repay you for damages done. I won't be able to repair it all, 'cause I lost count. And with all the time I see you hurting, you're still so fine, and it's blowing my mind. I should pack my things and walk away and leave you nothing to remind, but I can't. Oh, I can't. No, I can't. Every time I think of saying goodbye, everything inside me says it's a lie. So I can't. much too serious, and I don't wanna let you down. I love you, baby. Don't you know I wanna be your man? Let me love you. Hear you whispering inside my ears now, baby. Let me love you. Feel your warm body close to me now, baby. Yeah, baby. I ain't much on Casanova. Me and Romeo and Helen and friends. Can't you see how much I really love you? And I sing it to you time and time again. Oh, Casanova, Casanova, I can't let it get away. Oh yeah, Casanova, oh baby, Casanova, I can't let it get.
Yeah, Casanova. That's Frankie Paul. Yeah, nice one, huh? I love that. I know I find a lot of this stuff on and playlists, you know, for like Lovers Rock and stuff, and then I go and research it and find these. That's a really good one. It's the oh man, I've got the. Hang on, it's a rhythm because you know I'm a rhythm freak. We did the show last week on all rhythms. It is called the Magic Moment Rhythm. Huh? Check that out, Frankie Paul. I got another one of his too for later on called Moan and Groan, but that'll be on another show. Right now, though, I gotta, you know, tell everybody because a lot of people, you know, when I talk about yoga, because I've practiced yoga for, wow, I don't even know, 15 years, you know, on my own. I didn't go to classes. I learned it by a book and just practicing here at home because, well, there were no yoga classes around here in Costa Rica at the time. There are now, but still, I enjoy doing my own routine. Once in a while I'll be in a place where there's a class and I'll go to it, and I also enjoy being with other people. It's fun because there I do different kinds of poses that I don't do at home, you know, so it's kind of fun. But anyway, I love yoga. I feel that it has saved my life. It's one of the reasons that I maintain health and even feel younger and better every year than older and more worn out and messed up, you know, sickly. But when I mention it to people, so many times people go, "Oh yeah, but I can't do those bending and, you know, back things and everything." But really, yoga is a lot of things. It's not just the poses. It's breathing and it's diet and it's meditation. But it's also the poses are what are like still things that work different parts of your body that aren't necessarily super strenuous or difficult to do. And so I want to offer one here today, you know, to everybody, because this is one that everybody can do. Anybody can do it, okay? And this is called Legs Up the Wall, okay? So it's super powerful, and yet it is incredibly restorative and is beneficial to the health of your heart. So everybody, because it's, you know, I do a shoulder stand, okay? Or some people do a headstand. Well, this is the same idea, only you're not doing anything dangerous or that you might hurt yourself. This is something that's actually comfortable, but it's the same idea, okay? It gives your heart a rest so that it doesn't have to pump as hard, and it helps to slow down your heart rate. Leaves you feeling relaxed with a more calm mind. It's like a meditation. So spend 5 minutes lying here. What you do is you lie down on the floor or on a mat with your butt right up against a wall and put your legs straight up the wall and your arms back over your head so that they're kind of stretched, you know, like you would have your hands behind your head, only not necessarily under because you want your head to be flat and your hands up there, you know, and then with your butt up against the wall on your back, and your legs straight up with your feet extended up there, you know, straight. You don't point your toes. Just do whatever's comfortable. It's the idea of everything being upside down. It helps your heart a lot because it has to work really hard to get the blood and send it out to all those places, and it's always in the same place. So it's funny because, I know when I first started to practice yoga, they said, be careful now if you have any kind of a heart condition. You want to be careful about doing the shoulder stand or headstand because it might cause problems. And, I did. I had heart problems back then, man. Doctors never did make me understand what it was. I was just taking all these medications for it. But I went ahead and did those and worked up to 20 breaths in a shoulder stand now, over the years, all these years. And I've been doing it for all that time. And I don't have any health problems. I don't have any heart problems. I don't take any heart medication. So I'm sure upside down, and this is easy. All you guys can do it. So try it. And then please be sure to let me know via the Bless Up Radio Facebook page in the inbox. Let us know, man, if you're getting any results because we want to report it back to everybody. Okay? Now I want to... Okay, this is Visionary. He sent us that new jingle this week. Well, here's one of his songs that we're going to play for a friend of ours. Bless us.
Let it rain. Let it rain. It's rain outside. Hey. I love it when it's raining. I'm inside. Cuddling with my baby for the night. I love the sound it makes on top of the roof. Nostalgic moment shared with my baby. Don't need no other words. So she tell me how she loved me so much. I feel her tender touch. Make me feel like $1 million man. This is legit, not a one-night stand. I melt like a sugar candy as it beat a pat around the room, expressing no natural feeling. I tell you the truth. How good it feels to know your love is compatible with someone. That's when you pull out all the stuff and let it rain, yeah. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. Rain down on me. Just let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. Rain down on me. She loved me so much. I feel her tender touch. Make me feel like $1 million man. This is legit, not a one-night stand. I melt like sugar candy as it did a bat around the room, expressing no natural feeling. I tell you the truth. How good it feels to know your love is compatible with someone. That when you pull out all the stuff and let it rain, yeah. Just let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. Let it rain down on me. Just let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. Let it rain.
Yes, our good friend Visionary out of the UK. We're going to have him as a featured guest one of these. And also another one of our friends, Matty Simmons. He's from up in Northern California. In fact, one of the MCs at the Reggae on the River this year. That was a great honor for him and for them because, well, listen, this is Music Heals My Soul. Big up, Matty. One love all the time. Bless.
my soul. Oh, yes. Bring that sweet melody from the depths of my soul. Oh, yes.
That's what Maddie doing for us. Thank you, Maddie. That's another good one. I still got songs up here for all you, and I'm going to be playing them in the weeks to come. You know, I'm going to keep it rolling with our friends, promoting our friends, and so also playing some of my favorite lovers rock. You know, I just seem to have a lot of those right now, so that's what I'm working on. And then we'll go on to something else. But we're still, tonight, we still have, well, it's only 54 minutes past the hour. We've only got 10 minutes to go here. So I want to give a big up here, because here is at the bottom and root of it all. If you have digestive problems, right, I want you to think on this, because there's meditation as part of it as well. You know, it doesn't mean you have to be twisting yourself and eating a bunch of crazy foods. Everything's a balance. And balance it out with a meditation on your Manipura chakra. If you know about chakras, they're the little little wheels, that are in our subtle body that run up our vertebral system here in the back along our back column, or what do they call the column, backbone. I've been in Costa Rica too long, so I forget the names of things in English. I'm sorry, okay? Anyway, it's the one, if you want to find it or corresponding to some part on your body, it's just right at your solar plexus there. That's about it right there. The one below that is just below your belly button or your navel, and that's the Swadhisthana, or the solar plexus. Or no, this is the solar plexus. So that's what you're looking for. Anyway, I just put up on the page a picture so that you can visualize it. And the way you want to start, well, it says here at the navel, but that's where I see it, right between like the navel and the solar plexus there, right? It's yellow, bright yellow, and I even add orange and everything to it to make it even brighter and hotter. It's a triangle in the center, and it has, I think, 10 petals. It's like in the shape of a lotus. That's how they usually do it. And so start your breathing. Remember, we always go 4 breaths in, 4 breaths out through the nose until you get in that zone. You know, you're in a place where you can look down inside yourself, and inside yourself at that place see that image and see it turning and throbbing, like, you know, putting out the heat, and then take that heat and put it all throughout your body, and let it, you know, infuse your whole body with that heat, because what it's doing is it's helping you with digestion. You will have no more digestive problems if you can do this meditation and keep with it, right? Do you have any problems? Okay, the answer is the pancreas, the liver, adrenal glands are taken care of by the Manipura chakra. That's what it's in charge of, okay? Meditation on this chakra helps to bring an end to indigestion, constipation, and all problems of the intestinal region. A long and healthy life is achieved. This chakra vitalizes the sympathetic nervous system, digestive processes, metabolism, and emotions. It also controls the functioning of the adrenal gland, the pancreas, digestive system, gallbladder, and so on, which produce and secrete acids, juices, and enzymes necessary for the body. Okay? You want to always, you know, if you're having digestive problems, I suggest you focus on this one meditation, on this one chakra. But once that seems to get balanced out and you're not having so much problems, try to make a practice of going to each chakra and each meditation just for a moment and align with it, and make sure that they're all moving at the same rate, right? And they're all balanced. I'm telling you, you're going to be totally and perfectly healthy. And on that note, I'm going to put on one last Lover's Rock. I'm going to close out the show, and then we'll have advertisements again. But thank you, everybody, again, over and over for being here, listening to us. We'll be back tomorrow with a special interview and feature of Ross Beck. So until then, many blessings. God bless, people. Big up. Thank you.
Some point in time, a man just have to be a man, you know what I mean? Face up to your emotions. Really check for a woman like she know you check for her. I'm gonna tell your friend them gonna laugh, or them gonna say you whipped or whatever. At the end of the day, you're the only one who's gonna be lonely, you understand?
Cause you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Whoa. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. Whoa. And you let her go. Staring at an empty glass, hoping one day you'll make a dream last. But dreams come slow and they go so fast. See how when you close your eyes, maybe one day you'll understand why everything you touch surely die. Oh, oh. Cause you only need the light when it's burning low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. Whoa. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Staring at the ceiling in the dark, same old empty feeling in your heart. Love comes slow and it goes so fast. Oh baby, yeah, you see her when you go to sleep. Never to touch and never to keep. Cause you miss her so much and you dive too deep. Oh yes, cause you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. You let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. You let her go. And you let her go. And you let her go. And you let her go. Why did you? You let her go. You let her go. You let her go. Oh, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Oh, oh. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. Oh yeah. Oh, you only need the light when it's burning low. And you only miss the sun when it starts to snow. You only know you love her when you let her go. Oh, oh. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. And only know you love her, you love her, you love her, you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go.